well, I know it was fast, but up. Beautiful. So beautiful. Oh my God. And I'm like, you've been right. That's really the pre-bell to get to your seat. Is this too loud? You sure? I feel really loud. See, that's the pre. Now here's the real one. Ah. Boy, that was for your benefit. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It seems really loud to me. Maybe a touch lower, Stu. So March is dedicated to well-being. As Rotarians, we often discover that well-being isn't found only in rest and relaxation. It's found in service. My name is Janice Lemke, and I'm proud to be your 103rd president. I have to pay these people after the meeting. I'm going to invite Stu Libaugh for invocation. Do you want to hold it, or you want? I'm like a wild child with that microphone.
Okay, thank you, President Janice. I want to read a prayer about a very brave woman from history. But before I get to that, I think it's useful to give you a little bit of context. So March is National Women's Month, and coming up on International Women's Day on March 8th. What I mentioned last week, that the Jewish holiday of Purim was going to be celebrated 2 days ago on Tuesday, I did not know about the military action to kill that vile creature in Iran, whose main mission was to kill all the Jews. So now, knowing about Women's Month, I had planned to read a prayer honoring a very brave woman from history. But now the prayer and the story has a connection to what happened in Iran as well. There is a once-a-year, very special reading of the Bible that happened last week that's recited in connection with last Tuesday's holiday of Purim. The special reading is taken from the end of the book of Deuteronomy and contains a paradox commandment to always remember to blot out or forget the memory of the tribe of Amalek. The Amalekites were singled out for this particular harsh treatment because of a story from the book of Exodus, where they're described as attacking the recently escaped Israelites, former slaves, and even worse, as attacking them when they were really in an unfortunate position escaping. So it's appropriate as Jews in preparing for Purim that we reinforce this villain's evil status, reminding ourselves of the connection to this paradigm example of evil in Jewish tradition in the form of the tribe of Amalek. The holiday of Purim celebrates the brave action of a woman named Esther, who was a wife of the king of the Persian Empire. Persia, today, Iran. So, as the story goes, Haman, an advisor to the Persian king, persuaded the king to issue a decree to exterminate the Jews throughout the Persian Empire. The holiday of Purim celebrates the brave action of Queen Esther, who was the second wife of the king. By intervening with the king, Esther and her uncle Mordecai were responsible for the salvation of 750,000 Jews scattered among 127 provinces in the Persian Empire. Esther's action was particularly brave because she was the second wife, and the previous wife dared to question the order of the king. And also, unknown to the king, she revealed to him that she was a Jew. Now, last paragraph here. Now let's see how Iran is intertwined with Haman's situation. Both the charter of Iran and that of Haman called for the Jews to be annihilated. Turns out Haman was a descendant of Amalek. The Amaleks were noted for their hostility towards the Jews. The prayer in the Bible this week to blot out the memory of the tribe of Amalek is a reminder that there's evil in this world. We have an obligation to seek out and blot out evil, just as we've done to the leaders in Iran last week. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who weaves the thread of history with wisdom and mercy. On this day of Purim, remember your servant Esther, a woman of grace, courage, and steadfast faith. When shadows fell upon her people, she did not turn away. When silence was safer, she chose to speak. When fear could have ruled her heart, she clothed herself in strength and trust in you. May her bravery inspire us to stand for justice, even when the cost is great. May her devotion remind us to seek your guidance. Even when the path is uncertain, may her story teach each of us his place in this world for a time such as this. On this Purim, we rejoice in the deliverance you brought through her hands. We celebrate the triumph of light over darkness, of joy over sorrow, of life over destruction. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who rises up to the humble, who hears the cries of the oppressed, and it calls for each of us to be the instruments of peace. And may God bless all brave women and our troops and protect them.
Thank you. Dr. Michael Williams.
A few of us last night went to see the Elvis impersonator at the Westgate, and so in lieu of that, let's do Viva Las Vegas. I'm just kidding. In lieu of what's happening around the world, we're so grateful to be here at this place in America. So let's sing God Bless America. 1, 2, ready, go. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you. And then for our Pledge of Allegiance, our Sergeant of Arms, Nancy Anderson.
Will you do the pledge with me? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. So thank yous today. I have Dr. Kathy Mayon, Lynn Ng, and Bob Warner. I'm sorry, I have an interruption. In the wheel, you are so funny. So we try to trip you up. In the wheel, it says, I think it says, what does it say? Look up. It says, surprise and delight is to look up. And when past President Richard Jose looked up, he saw a heart, right? I'm trying to get to it. So, in the month of February, for some of my clients, I put together these Valentine's snack packets filled with Pamper. And I had an extra one. So I thought of Rotary. So right there. Thank you. So, what you go ahead and read it.
Share what you do for your well-being.
No, what's it say at the top?
Oh, pause, breathe, you matter. A gentle reminder that well-being is not a luxury, it's essential.
Okay, so tell everyone what you do for well-being and behavior.
I go to the gym 3 times a week.
And it shows. Fantastic. So this is for your wife. It's filled with a lot of pamper and fun. So enjoy. Thank you. I'll find you later. Nah. Okay. So greeters, we had past President Karen Wisenhunt and Rita Burton and Nancy Anderson, I think, fill in. Ticket sales, we had, I'm so sorry, I got that all wrong. For greeters, we had Rita Burton and Nancy Anderson. For ticket sales, we had past President Karen Wisenhunt and Randall Brody. Photographer, we have Tina's filling in. I saw Sarah Thornton arrive. Scribe, Tony, past President Tony Kern. AV, Stu Lipoff, and Teardown. We have Dr. Michael Williams, and I'm sure he would like some assistance with Teardown, please. And then we're going to go to our guest in a few minutes. But first, I wanted to acknowledge a few people in the room that we hadn't seen in a little while. One of them is going to get a fine. But Major Kyle Smith, great to see you. Where are you? I know you're very busy. I'm not going to fine you. No, we got too strong of a partnership. I'm not doing it. Where is, he knows he's getting a fine. Where's Matt Nelson? Stand up there, sir. So, Matt, I've been president now through 32 meetings, I guessed. I've seen you twice. So 30 times, I don't know, guys. Like, you pay, like, no, more than that. Like, thank you. I want these guys, I want the past presidents to speak. But I'm going to be somewhat gentle. We know the value of a luncheon meeting is priceless. But we're going to go $30 a meeting, just right below our cost. So 30 times 30 is $900. I think that is extremely fair. So thanks for being here today. And when you showed up a few months ago, it's when President-elect Greg McGuire was running the meeting. So this is the first time I'm seeing you. I walked up and asked you if you were lost. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then we have, where is Rampur? We are so happy to have you back, sir. We have missed you for many months now. You are out there doing good things. Yeah, it's great to see you. We're looking forward to a future presentation about the friendship exchange, okay? Okay. And then, did I miss anyone that we haven't seen for a little while? I know, Martha, I'm going to get to you in a few minutes. No, it's a good thing, girl. It's a good thing. Is there anybody else that we haven't seen in a few weeks, months that would like to be recognized? So forgive me if I've missed anyone. Okay. So what else do we have? International guest. We have an international guest. I know. Right behind you. Right behind you.
He don't want to say nothing. However, he's very happy to be here. And he's going to say something anyway.
Let me give you a small hockey update because, I played.
Oh, boy. We can find you, too.
Well, Mackenzie Weegar on the Calgary Flames, I've chatted with him several times, and we talked about places that I had played. And I had played for the Salt Lake Golden Eagles. And he asked me about Salt Lake. I said, Salt Lake's a pretty nice place. I really enjoyed my year there. But you always be careful what you talk about. Yesterday, Calgary Flames traded him to Utah Mammoth. So he's going to Salt Lake. Now I won't see him, I guess, till the summer. But anyway, sometimes you just be careful where you kind of want to go.
Well, it's good to see you. We have visiting Rotarians in the room. It got so quiet. Visiting Rotarians.
Hello, my name is Ron Dyer, and I'm visiting from the Lee Summit, Missouri Rotary Club. We're a suburb of Kansas City on the good side, the Missouri side. And what did I just do here? I don't know what. So,
Good side.
but I did bring up a little flag from our club to your club, and one back to me. That is fantastic. We'll love having this. This is fantastic.
Thanks for being here.
50 years. No, thank you for having us. Yeah, it's wonderful.
How close is Lee Summit to like Overland Park, Kansas? Is that anywhere near?
Yeah, 15
Close.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live there. Is that the good side?
Overland Park? No.
Okay. Can we find visiting Rotarian? Sean, where are you?
Can we find him?
Okay.
Thank you.
Stole our cheese from us, so.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my God. Welcome. We're having a lot of controversy today. Any other visiting Rotarians? Okay. We're going to go to guest of Rotarians. I know we have few. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you're going to.
This is a surprise and delight, too. This is my neighbor, Jennifer. She
Yay.
is the Vice President of Communications for Intermountain Healthcare and a longtime friend, and our daughters have the same name. She's amazing.
Aw. Okay, Nancy, we're going to go to Matt. I think his last name's Nelson. Matt Nelson.
Good morning. I have actually three guests with me. I have John Meyer from our office, a kid I've known my entire life. And then second, I have two old dear friends that members of the club, past presidents of the club, and they've both had to take care of me my entire life. And so, along with a couple folks in the club. So please welcome Rob Moore and Mike Meyer again.
Good to see you. Congrats. Did Matt ask you guys, since you've been mentoring him and taking care of him, did he ask you guys to help with that fine? $900. Yeah, well, maybe they can contribute. Okay. Welcome back. Do we have any other guests of Rotarians? Yes.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. I have as my guest Tom Fumarelli. Tom is an executive coach, and in about a month or so from now, he should be a member of our club. So,
yay. Okay, any other guests or Rotarians? Did I miss anybody? Okay. Do we have guests of our club, Larry? Okay. Okay, we're going to go on to the head table. So I have amazing people at my head table again. We have Dr. Scott Stevens, our speaker. You met Jennifer. What a great introduction. We have Steve Dixon. We have Steve Stern, fairly new member, and Martha Garcia. And Nancy, I want you to give the microphone to Martha. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but it's not a fine. Can you just tell everyone where you've been? We've missed you. And I think you were doing some classes or something.
Yes.
Go ahead, stand up.
Okay, I was taking some online classes for spiritual healing. So, in a 6 weeks course from London. So, I've been away, but I just.
Did you graduate this class series? Are you good? It's all good?
I'm good.
Yay.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We've missed you. Okay, we're going to go to, Karen, I didn't forget, we're going to go to the birthday table.
My name's Don Holland. I'm celebrating my 71st birthday, so I'm 71 years young, and I attribute my youthful looks to smoking and moderation.
Oh my God.
I'm Sarah, and my birthday is on March 22nd, and I lie so much about my age. I don't know.
The women we never say our age. The men are just like so confident.
Hi, I'm Nancy Anderson, and mine is March 15th, which is the Eyes of March.
Brian Sorrentino, my birthday is March 30th, 58 this year.
Whatever.
I'm Karen Wisenhunt, and 25 years ago, I was at a Rotary meeting for my 40th birthday, and today is my birthday.
Yay, happy birthday.
For 23 years, I've sat at this table, and I miss past President Jim Tucker. This month, he would have been 80 years old. So happy birthday to Jim.
Can you guys
and
just
Michael,
share?
How old are you?
Share the sign you've put at the table. Go ahead. Michael, go ahead.
I'm so old. My last birthday, I blew out the candles. I started a small brush fire.
Okay, while she's doing the photo, a few other birthdays in the room. Well, Chris Rodenfels is not here, but it's his birthday on the 21st. Martha Garcia is sitting at the head table. She's not going to get a fine for that. She is March 26th. And then Matthew Nelson already got fined, but he has guests, so that's why he wasn't sitting at the birthday table. So happy birthday. And who's going to lead us in song for birthday? Brock, step to it.
Okay. Are we ready? Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarian. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Brock.
Thank you.
We're going to jump into announcements. Let's start over here, Nance. Let's go to Tina, who just got her entree. Sorry.
Sorry, I was getting food. Are we doing announcements now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted everybody to know we did the 2 breakfasts for books in February at Hollingsworth and Beckley. Both events were great. I will say attendance was down, nothing to do with us. I think they both admitted that their preparation and getting to the parents to get them there was lacking, but they're embarrassed and energized.
Wonderful. Let's take it, sticking with education. Gwen, do you have any? Yep, Gwen.
This is almost the end of reading week, so if you haven't read and you still want to, Friday's still available, all 6 schools. And it was a wonderful, I want to do something that we need to do for Nancy. Would everyone who read this week please stand up and allow time for her to count? And I know Susan read, I think in 2 days, and Pete was the new reader. But it was a marvelous experience. My first school was Deering, and unfortunately they had a new librarian who didn't have a clue. So we didn't accomplish very much. But then I went to Beckley the next day, and that librarian could teach a master class. So she's going to help the new librarian. And there, instead of nice little cards that Stu got, I got a salty, sweet treat, and it thanked us for being a reader. I got Doritos. Oh my God. But the classes were wonderful. In one class, the book had the hokey pokey, and I showed them my athleticism and led them all, and they may be scarred for life.
Did you get a video of that?
But I hope not. But thank you all for who volunteered, and it is a wonderful experience, and you shouldn't miss it next year.
Thank you, Gwen. And let's go right to David Jones.
Thank you, Madam President, fellow Rotarians. First, I want to say thanks for everybody that participated in our music competition last week. Strange, I thought that the one, I didn't get the right answer to who was the actual winner. So it was an interesting, I thought it was a great competition. We had some great participants, but the judges prevailed and they picked the best one. So we'll see how we do on the next level. So thank you all that participated in that. TLC is coming up. We are completely filled. I want to say thanks to our 3 adult facilitators, Mike Kudimont, as well as Dr. Michael and Jamel. They will be attending on the bus, driving down there with a bunch of 8th graders. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. The bunks, that's going to be a different story. But we were so oversubscribed that not only did we fill all of our seats, but we were also able to provide 2 seats to the Summerlin Club and also 2 more seats to the Southwest Club. So we are doing great in being able to supply that. And then finally, and here's why I hope I don't get a fine, but if I do.
No, because if we had a picture right now, my heart.
So yesterday, I'm pleased as ever to announce the birth of my grandson, Milo. 6 pounds, 7 ounces. Milo is doing great. Mom is doing great. 5th generation Las Vegan, or I should say Southern Nevadan. So we're carrying on the tradition. And my daughter is also confirmed that she will be here to sing the national anthem next month without the baby, but she will be here.
But Milo is such a cutie. I could never give you a fine. We're going to go to Janice. Okay. March 25th is the next 25 Club meeting social. I think it's in the Green Book. Please sign up. Always a great event. We're going to take it to past President Tom Krob. I always like to catch people when they just put a bite of food in their mouth.
Thank you, President Janice. Mark your calendars if you haven't done already, but on March 20th, we're going to have our Cigar Fellowship. If you remember, it's a $10 donation to the foundation. Bring a cigar to smoke, a cigar to trade, and a cigar for the troops. This would be the 30th Cigar Fellowship, yes. And we also will have some raffle prizes and for gaining money for the foundation. So thank you very much. And put your name on the Green Book because it is a gated community, and Annie will need the names of the people before we go to her house. Thank you, Annie.
And then Stu, did you have some additional notes for Education Committee? You were good? Okay. We're going to take it to past President Tony Kern.
Hi, everyone. Ooh, yeah, there. Hi, everyone. First of all, I would like to just update you with Jason Frederico is still out. He is still under medical care. He's doing well, has good spirits, and he hopes to be back soon. So words to him. Also, it's that time of year. We have 2 great opportunities for volunteer projects, both in the month of April. The first one that's coming up is Touch a Truck. A number of people here and from other clubs have also participated. It is on April 11th, and it's great fun. If you have kids, grandkids, whatever, you may want to come. But if you want to sign up and volunteer, it'll be about 7 in the morning till about 9:30 or so. There's a variety of things that we do to help set up. There will be some other activities where volunteer services are needed throughout the day because the project does go on until the afternoon. If you would please sign up as soon as possible, we can then get the sign-up sheet and the duties oriented to know who's doing what and when. Next is my favorite passion is the Green Our Planet Spring Farmers Market. That's on the 22nd. That will be at, both events are at downtown Summerlin. Touch a Truck is in the large parking lot. The farmers market is on the lawn. That again is simply set up. You don't have to have brute strength. You don't have to have any skills. You just have to show up and help follow directions from what we were told by Green Our Planet of setting up tables, also doing some signs to encourage the kids and to greet if you can stay until at least 9 o'clock. greet the kids. It'll be about 50 bus loads of kids bringing in all of their crops and crafts that they have made. And if you stay long enough after that, you can actually do some shopping. We do have a turn-in date of March 20th, so if you plan to attend, to volunteer, please sign up in the Green Book. Everything is there. Any further details, you can ask me. There will be other club members from other clubs joining us as well. So thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take the microphone, Nancy, right there to Rosalie Hedrick, and then Carrie after that.
Hello, everyone. I am giving an update on our Switch Tour, which was Tuesday. We started at 10. We ended at about 12:15, and 21 of us signed up to go. It was really fascinating, and honestly, I don't want to get into a lot of the details because it was way above my head, but we toured a lot of the different buildings. We learned about their new technology. We got to see all the different cabinets that are in the different buildings where the IT and computers are running. One of them, we had to wear earphones because it was very loud and buzzy in there. And I don't know, if you get a chance to ever go and do that, I highly recommend it. We couldn't take any pictures. They don't allow pictures anywhere on site. And our instructors that took us through the different facilities were very knowledgeable. And we had a presentation that was video presentation prior to going through the different buildings and learning about the different technology and wiring and cooling systems, and the history of Switch and how it started. So it was actually a full day and it was very good. So thank you to those of you who donated to the foundation and attended.
So, Rosalie, you have now scheduled, did you say this is the third or the fourth one we've done? This is the fourth one. You've done a tremendous, tremendous job of organizing these special VIP opportunities. And we thank you. We know how much work it is, and we thank you very much for doing so.
Okay, just a reminder, you guys should have received an email this week from Sean about the volunteer opportunity for the Speedway Children's Charity. Just to recap, they have been a big sponsor for Santa Claus since 2020 and has donated just about or a little bit over $60,000 over the years. Paulette and her team also has come and shopped for us Santa Clauses in the past, so it would be really great if we could get a couple people out there on March 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's about a 5-hour commitment. But after that commitment, you get 2 free tickets to watch the race. So if you want to go see the race, give yourself a little volunteering time. So you're just selling raffle tickets and support a good cause that it really does support us as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Nancy, I think you can sit down. I think you're good. 2 more announcements from me. There is a slide. The multi-district conference is April 24th through the 26th at Gaylord Pacific Resort. It's absolutely amazing, amazing, fairly new property that just opened up last year. So I hope that some people can join me at that conference. And then Sean put a sign up. The reason we switched to the binder, the 3-ring binder, is so we new members don't have to wait until the next year to be in the roster. So these are some of our newer members. So grab this, put it in your roster so that they're official. And then President-elect Michael, soon to be President-elect Michael Kudamont, come up here.
So we're presenting a certificate of appreciation to the Las Vegas Rotary Club. This came from the municipal government of Nagcarlan, Laguna, where we had our medical surgical supplies donation. So in behalf of the government of that town, I'm presenting Janice the certificate of appreciation to the Las Vegas Rotary Club for a good cause.
Let me get a picture here. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, moving right along. I wanted to recognize, speaking of the roster, there was an opportunity to add in the roster. And when President-elect Greg McGuire's year starts, you can, additional people can be in the roster. But there are four people that I really, three people, one with two companies, that I want to recognize for being advertisers in our roster. And we thank you for your support. We also put them up on the slides. It's Larry Cohn with Battle Cone LLC and Larry Cohn with BPAC. So Larry, thank you so much. It's Russ Swain for Alara Group, and it's Antoinette Monroe for, I have it down, I'm sorry, as KWVIP. Is that okay? So thank you guys so much for your support with advertising the rosters. I wanted to give you recognition for that. I'm hoping we'll have a little bit of fellowship time, but I'm going to go into the next thing. It is time to recognize our Rotary Proud member. So for the month of February, it is Larry Goldstein. So a few things I want to read about Larry. Larry, you are a Rotary Proud member for February. Your planning and execution of the four-way test speech contest, along with the incredible level of engagement you created within our club, made for a truly memorable event. We thank you for your dedication to the performers and to our club. You got to come up here. If you don't come up here, you're going to get fined next week. Greg's running the meeting next week, guys, so fair warning, I don't know what to expect. Congratulations. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, with that, we're going to have a little bit of fellowship time. Yeah, I know. I've been really we have, I'm going to go ahead and do, come on, I gave you a little bit of fellowship time. I'm going to do the ticket for the drawing, and it is $1,600 plus whatever we took in today. Dave, you can come on up. The ticket is 2690686. Something going on at that table. I'm sorry if I misunderstood. You guys, I know. Did I tell you to send me an email? Did you do it and I missed it? You did? Pick a card. Pick a card. These DMV cards are so slick. They are slick. Slickery. Oh, you got it. Here, you get $10 for that jack. For a second there, I thought it was. Thank you. Okay, and for the Lowry Bucks, it's 2690833. $2690833. 0833. Is that you? I'll bring it to you. Mr. Bob Warner. Okay, I'm going to turn the microphone over to past President Dave Thorson. And all those other titles.
We'll have to get you to know what they are.
I know. I'm going to do it right.
All right. Just a reminder that on April 4th, there is Rotary Leadership Institute. It's a great opportunity for some professional development, some leadership training, and I particularly recommend it for newer Rotarians. You really learn a lot about how Rotary functions, how to really get the maximum out of Rotary. There is a small cost to attend, but that includes lunch. Please go to DACDB to sign up. We need some registrations. If you don't know how to do that, you can contact me and I will show you how. So that's April 4th again, Rotary Leadership Institute.
Okay. I know it's going to let you have a few sips of your coffee. You can bring it up here. I'm going to introduce Steve Dixon to introduce our speaker.
A little over 50 years ago, what is now Intermountain Health was created when the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints donated 15 hospitals to a new organization. In the ensuing 5 decades, the organization has grown to be a regional player operating primarily in Colorado, Montana, Utah, Idaho, and Nevada. The organization has over 30 hospitals and close to 800 clinics now under its wing. It's grown quite nicely. Our speaker today is Dr. Scott Stevens. He is an internist. He's a professor of medicine at both the University of Utah as well as Intermountain Health. He is going to be speaking to us today, I think, primarily about the Children's Hospital. Dr. Stevens?
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Rosalie, for a little closer. Okay, how's that sound? Want to thank Rosalie for finding me and tolerating some rotation in speakers as I was the one that was available. Thanks to Stu for the amazing tech support, getting me set up. But thank you all, because I don't know that I've ever felt so warmly welcomed to any event in my personal experience. And I believe that's not entirely because I happened to be genuflecting when I met your president, but that probably had something to do with it. So it's my privilege to share a little bit about Intermountain's plans to serve the community by opening Las Vegas' first freestanding children's hospital in a few years. Thank you. And let's see if we got our There we go. Steve was kind enough to allude to Intermountain's past and the growth that we've been privileged to experience over the past few years. We are among the 10 largest not-for-profit healthcare systems in the United States at this point, which is quite a change from when I first joined Intermountain back in the mid-90s. We were much smaller, but it's been really exciting to see the opportunity to grow and serve more people through the Intermountain West. Little bit of statistics about the organization that I won't overly belabor, but we do have the privilege of serving with fixed healthcare locations, either inpatient, outpatient, or both in 6 states, plus a number of virtual and remote and medical transport facilities elsewhere. Thank you, whoever made me a little bit louder. I appreciate it. And I'm one of nearly 5,000 employed physicians by the organization, although we're an open system, which means all of our hospitals also welcome affiliated physicians and advanced practice providers that are not employees of Intermountain as well. We divide ourselves into 3 regions, and it's my deep privilege to serve what I, with absolutely no prejudice whatsoever, know is the very best region in Intermountain Health, which consists of Clark County here in Nevada, as well as Iron County, Washington County, and Garfield County in southwest Utah. And every time I look at a map of the area I serve, there's this tiny little spot in Arizona covered by the map. I still have not figured out what we have in Arizona. I think it's a place where our helicopter refuels. But one of these days I'm going to visit that as well. One of the fantastic things that I get to help do as we seek to better serve the community of Las Vegas is help in the planning of Las Vegas's first freestanding children's hospital. I'll skip that first video in the interest of time. Thick block of text here, mostly to share that we are in the process and deep actually in the planning of the physical site of a comprehensive freestanding children's hospital that will have comprehensive level 1 trauma care, oncology with all of its modalities, and multiple sophisticated children's health services with the exclusion of solid organ transplant, which we're not planning on, at least initially at opening, but who knows what may happen down the road. And the site for the new children's hospital will be in Southwest, and I'll show you a map in just a moment. I'll have the privilege of working with a great colleague who will serve as the hospital president as we move through its development. His name is Russ Williams, and he's joining us from an illustrious career from several very notable health systems that you can see on the slide, and has actually been the founding chief executive officer for several new hospital builds. And so we're getting somebody with deep experience to take us through the planning of getting the doors open and getting a comprehensive medical staff ready to serve the needs of the community. Let me just give you a short video here, if the sound works, that talks a little bit about the community need for this service.
When you first get hit with the diagnosis of your child, you feel like your world just ends, and then you get hit with the second wave of, hey, you know what, this wasn't enough care, we have to move, having to leave our family here, and me quitting my job and my husband having to get an unpaid leave, we were kind of worried, like, will we make it, so it was very hard. Nolan was diagnosed in September of 2021 with acute myeloid leukemia. What we thought was something as simple as like anemia. We took him to his pediatrician. We thought maybe like it was something simple, and so they sent us to the ER, and that's where he was diagnosed.
After chemotherapy didn't work, that's when we had to seek, pediatric care other places as far as out of state. And as soon as we got the call saying that he needed a bone marrow transplant, we left in March.
What ended up being a 3 to 4 month stay ended up being almost 9 months because Nolan had setbacks, complications, and there wasn't enough resources here in our home for him to be able to safely come home and follow up.
From now until further notice, we are going out there every 2 weeks, doctors out there for the bone marrow transplant team. Financially, it takes a toll on a lot of families, especially traveling out of state. Including us, it's hard to afford that. We already have trouble. We can't here in Vegas, let alone now we have to seek help. So it's a hard burden.
When we were finally able to come home from California, that we only had like $200 in our name, and it was just so scary to just think that how am I gonna feed my kids with $200? Until my husband would start work in like the next 2 weeks. So financially, I think that is one of the biggest things for family. It would mean the world if we could have services here for our kids, so that we wouldn't have to travel. It's already hard enough to go through this journey and then having to do it out of state in a new environment. If it was somewhere closer to home, at least we're still in our home, in our surroundings, and we would have more support here.
Families already go through financial burdens as it is, emotional burdens as it is. Adding cancer to your children doesn't make it easier. If you can help them by at least offering what they need here in the state, would make a huge difference in helping them financially and emotionally.
Yeah, quite a story. So we're pleased to contribute to help fill needs, as Corey so eloquently explained. Salt Lake area, or excuse me, the Las Vegas area. I moved from Salt Lake. I need to get that out of my my lexicon. Has wonderful healthcare providers, wonderful healthcare systems, but a deep shortage of certain specialties, especially in pediatric subspecialties. We call them unicorns. Very few of them out there, very hard to attract to a location. And despite the great care and the wonderful systems, it's often fragmented across many locations, which makes it hard to coordinate care for our smallest and sometimes sickest people that we serve. And so the beauty of a freestanding children's hospital is it provides a single comprehensive location where those services can be wrapped around, and where we might hopefully serve as the major competition for Harry Reid Airport for children who need certain forms of healthcare and presently are unable to get it here. So it's our privilege to do our part to help contribute to that need. Several things are needed in order to successfully set up a hospital. You need a place to build it, and we're proud to be just starting the process of unofficially moving a little bit of dirt around in Southwest at the corner of Patrick and Durango. Little bit of paperwork that needs to be done before you open a major hospital, as you might imagine. That's well underway, and we're really thankful for all of the partners in local, county, and state government who are making that possible. We'll talk about philanthropy in just a moment, and there's some really exciting things going on in that area. And we expect that we'll align with many, if not most, of the children's health providers already in the Valley in one way or another. But we think we'll probably need to attract around 200 new pediatric providers and specialists to make the campus fully function in the way that it's supposed to. And that's one of the roles that I have the pleasure of serving to work to fulfill. And then we're partnering with the local educational institutions, as well as leveraging Intermountain's historic partnership with the University of Utah to create an academic center of excellence that includes active research and education of the next generation of healthcare providers, so that the Children's Hospital is a forever place to serve the children of the Valley. So here's where it is on the map. If you need dual shopping at IKEA, you'll notice it's fairly conveniently located. And the little white logo is actually my office. So probably not in the summer, but other times in the year, I may actually be able to get to walk from the office to the Children's Hospital to see what's going on. Here is what the campus layout looks like. You'll see it's been put into 2 phases of plan construction. We'll go over the timeline in the moment, but the phase 1 is scheduled to open sometimes in the late spring, early summer of 2030. It'll be 180 beds, just shy of 900,000 square feet, and contain a comprehensive wraparound set of services for everything except solid organ transplant. It will include bone marrow transplant and a comprehensive oncology center. Phase 2 enlarges it to just north of 300 beds and well over 1 million square feet. And with those plans, we'll be adding additional both inpatient and outpatient services to the campus. If we flip to the stacking diagram, this gives you a picture of where things are going to be. If I can, I do this very poorly myself, but invite you to picture things in 3D. You're now looking from south to north toward the main entrance of the hospital. And if you can imagine the far right where it says MOB sort of sticking out towards you, it'll be a bit of an L-shaped building. This shows you where our current plan is for mapping the many services that the Children's Hospital will provide. Here is a list of those many services, and I won't go through the list. You can look it over yourself and see the comprehensive nature of children's health services that are planning to be provided. There's a relatively unique architectural design to this building where the specialty that lives on the floors in the outpatient MOB actually is connected to those services that those physicians provide on the inpatient floor through a corridor that goes across the L of the building. And so it really defragments the care moving from the outpatient to the inpatient environment. And we hope it actually creates a much more comprehensive care experience for the providers and for the patients. And there's also lots of fun spaces, play areas, places for family rest and respite built into the architecture of the building. So it'll definitely have the feel of a place that is kid-friendly, not a big imposing hospital that is scary to our little ones. So I had the privilege of being able to share with you news that almost nobody else knows, because this release just went out about 2 hours ago. Is that right, Jennifer? 2 or 3 hours ago. So we're pleased to announce that we have finalized the partnership with Shriners, and they are going to be partnering with us. As you know, just an amazing organization in provision of children's orthopedic and rehabilitation health care. We're so excited about the partnership that we can't wait for the hospital to be built. So they'll be owning and operating a clinic at our new Badura campus starting this summer. So Shriners will be providing services this year and then move on to even more comprehensive services when the hospital opens. So one of the most exciting pieces of news that has come my way in some time. So here's the timeline for the project. Again, we're projecting opening late May or so, 2030. We're just finalizing the initial architectural design and plans and moving into the entitlement and permitting process, and that's underway even as we speak. And phase 2, the exact timing of that remains to be determined at this point. We're focusing on these key areas to make it possible to deliver this service to the community. As I mentioned, we believe we'll have to attract around 200 new healthcare providers to the area and an array of different pediatric subspecialties. As I said, some of these people are unicorns. In the state of Nevada presently, for example, in pediatric endocrinology and in genetics, I can count the number of physicians in those disciplines on one hand and have some fingers left over still. So we're hoping to add the capacity for specialty care for our kiddos. We, as I mentioned, are an open staff model, which means we'll employ some, but we'll align and affiliate with many. And so we're busy building relationships with all of the great groups that provide pediatric care in the Valley and looking at what combining our efforts and services surrounding this endeavor might look like. And lots of great groups are engaged in conversations with us, which has been really exciting. obviously need to raise a buck or two to get this project underway, and quiet philanthropic planning is already underway, and you'll see some more public campaigns coming out in the next year or two, and I'll mention a little more about that in just a moment. And finally, this all anchors on the physical site, so we want a beautiful, comprehensive, state-of-the-art and kid-friendly building to make all this happen. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Speaking of alignment, I want to mention just a word or two about our Children's Health Network. We've been busy working with the general pediatric community. There's about 240 general pediatricians in the area, and inviting those who wish to partner with us to enter something called a clinically integrated network, or CIN. This is a non-employment relationship. It's a collaboration where groups of like-minded people can gather together, leverage some negotiating at scale for electronic health record access, vaccine supplies, other things like that. And this gives us a strong foundation of creating community bonds with the local providers in anticipation of their patients being cared for at the hospital when needed in the future. This is a list of some of the phases of developing a CIN and some of the advantages that are accruing to those who have been interested in joining us. The board of the CIN has been completed. We're actually having our first board retreat downtown in about 4 weeks, I think 5 weeks, on a Saturday, so we're excited about that. On the philanthropic side, Intermountain, as a not-for-profit system, has a foundation who works to manage our philanthropy, and there's several dedicated people from the foundation that are working on the financial support to make this dream a reality. But the vast amount of credit goes to Bill and Wendy Hornbuckle, who I'm sure some of you in the room might know, who have kindly agreed to chair the philanthropy cabinet for us, and have already been making a remarkable difference to let us know that this vision is indeed well on its way to reality. So we're so privileged as Intermountain Health to be able to offer this service to the community and to the kids who need and deserve great care, and to offer a venue in which we can sort of knit together all of the great care and expand it to really make pediatric health in the Las Vegas Valley world-class. And so it's a privilege to be able to share a little bit about these efforts with you, and I welcome your questions. Yes, sir.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you pick.
Thank you. Thank you for a great presentation and exciting things that you're bringing to our community. I have always been, you talk all about the pediatric end of it. I've always been under the impression that you guys concentrated on the senior population.
We do in the ambulatory setting. We have 37 clinics that had been called MyGen and then changed their name recently to Senior Primary Care. But you're absolutely right. That has been kind of the major thrust of our efforts in the Valley to date. So this is a new direction for us, although we do have 4 pediatric clinics in the Valley as well.
Thank you so much for coming today and for speaking with us. One question I have on behalf of everyone, would you give us permission to circulate your deck slide to our members here? Okay. Because there were some very interesting facts and pieces of information, or is it proprietary?
Yeah, no, I think absolutely would love to.
Okay, great. And second question, the second part of it is, in order to gain all the momentum, are there ways in which you're incentivizing or finding more internship or residency positions in order to get the people here and to keep them here?
It's a great question. Yeah, we have been working closely with friends and colleagues at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And we're in talks about how to offer student rotations and resident rotations for their learners, as well as with Rosamond and Toro. And it is our plan to actually offer initially a pediatric residency and then pediatric fellowships at the hospital down the road. that'll be at least a year behind opening for one really kind of straightforward reason that it took me a minute to realize why that is. The ACGME, which is the accrediting body for medical education, has to inspect the building before accrediting it for residents, and there ain't no building to inspect quite yet. Yeah, so it'll be a little down the road, but not too far. So.
You talked about needing to attract 200, if I got the number right, doctors to take care of all this. And Las Vegas, Clark County is woefully short in pretty much any field in the medical, any doctors. So, and you're talking about 4 years hence, is it likely that that situation will be improved or get worse in that 4-year period? How do we attract medical people to Las Vegas so that you don't have as much of a trouble? And are we then taking doctors from other hospitals that come to Intermountain?
Yeah, both great questions. I guess the first thing I would say is, that's the thing that keeps me up most nights. So if any of you have any ideas, I'm all ears. We'll, of course, be looking at, to some degree, newly graduated fellows who are leaving subspecialty training. So we won't necessarily be depriving other locations in the country of needed professionals as we try to attract them here. Our strategy actually is in 4 phases. We start with what we refer to as the cornerstone specialties, or groups without which opening the hospital would essentially be impossible, and then have a staged recruitment plan for other specialties to get to full service by the time we open. One of the challenges is you can't snap your fingers and have all the doctors start work on May 30th, 2030 when you're trying to attract them now. So we have lots of plans to bring people into the Valley, set them up in practice in other locations in anticipation of the hospital opening. So we actually hope to progressively be improving access to pediatric healthcare from now until the hospital opens and beyond.
We're on this side.
Hi.
Just real quick before I hand it over to David, I wanted to ask you 2 questions. One, you sort of answered about how you're going to insulate all the doctors is by putting them in, outsourcing them, and then bring them together at the hospital. Can you explain why it's going to take almost 4 years to build just a section of the hospital?
I can't. I know that the technical specifications of construction of a hospital are extremely complex. There may be professionals in the room who are in construction or contracting. It's a big endeavor, and obviously the building requirements for a hospital, much less a children's hospital, are extremely rigorous. And so we're committed to doing it right. And as best I understand, doing it right means it takes a while. So, yeah, but I went to medical school, so yeah.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. So most hospitals here in the Valley already have a pediatric wing. Mm-hmm. Sunrise claims they are the children's. They have a pediatric hospital. What's the difference between what you're doing and Sunrise Pediatric Hospital? Because I know they're part of the rest of the hospital, but what would be the primary differences that you're going to offer that Sunrise doesn't?
The first statement is that it takes a village. There is need for care at the capacity that Sunrise can provide, as well as the other 8 hospitals that have pediatric inpatient services and the new children's hospital. So we want to be part of the village because there is not enough capacity to care for the kiddos here who need it. That being said, within a network, there will be times where when we've hoped to assemble a comprehensive set of child-focused services across many specialties, that there will be times where we can support the care to our compatriots in the other hospitals. There's much of the wonderful care that they give now that they'll continue to give. And there may be times where the Children's Hospital is the right destination for a kid with a certain set of needs. And so really think it's the network of all the healthcare providers in the system that are really gonna make children's health what it can and should be in this state.
Over here. In the presentation, I've heard you got pediatric oncology department. Does it have enough technology for parents and family not to go out to Texas, Baltimore, Boston, and let them stay here because the treatment's here.
Yeah, the plan is comprehensive med-onc, rad-onc, and surg-onc services, yeah. So, including stereotactic radiation. And the running joke is if somebody will sell us a proton beam and can we get a 2-for-1 discount because we want one at the clinic as well. So.
Are you anticipating any families coming from other cities, other states to your facility, like maybe rural areas, Arizona, here between California and then like Reno? Do you anticipate seeing patients coming from out of our area?
I think it's likely that we'll see some of that. Obviously, there'll be time to set up our services, establish our reputation, make relationships, with the other health systems and payers in the area. But it's a general truth about comprehensive children's hospitals that they tend to become regional and, within the scope of their care, care for patients in areas that are not served by something similar. So yeah, I expect we'll see people coming from out of the area over time.
And I'd like to add on to that question. As such, what services are then going to be available for those families? Will you be partnering with other nonprofits in town? How will we be serving those families that travel here?
Yeah, we have already been deep in planning with Ronald McDonald House, among others, to make sure that there are services and lodging for families who are bringing kids from more than a short drive away.
I think we're done.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I can give you back your water.
Oh, thank you.
When you go. Sorry.
Now I can clear it.
So that was incredible. Thank you. It's unbelievable. It's so exciting. What we did, Scott, was make a donation in your name to the Just One Project to help combat hunger in our community. And then we have our Rotary Club 100-year centennial book. So we're hoping you have a shelf somewhere. You'll find some space for that. And we cannot thank you enough. We're gonna. Oh, Sarah's put you to work. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're incredible. Oh, so sorry. You're so popular. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, to conclude our meeting, organizations like Rotary International remind us that service above self doesn't deplete us, it can renew us. When we stay present in our projects, our meetings, and our relationships, we strengthen not only our communities, but also our well-being. With that, meeting adjourned. Thanks so much.
Sorry.
Freaking nut.